Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dr. Bajo, आज परवश प्लेटलेट्स क्या है रात पर या WBCs और पर या RBCs तेरे में मतलब ब्लड क्या है आज परवश मक्सर पर प्लेटलेट्स क्या है प्लेटलेट्स जो है इस ब्याक ना they're also called as thrombocytes ठीक इसका नाम इसमें R इमन WBCs they are also called as leukocytes RBCs are also called as erythrocytes in the similar way platelets are also named as thrombocytes and these platelets have got no nucleus इनमें न्यूक्लियस नहीं होता है ओके असल में एक बात जो आपको जाननी जरूरी है these platelets are not actually two cells the way RBCs and WBCs are they are two cells but platelets are not two cells do you know why because actually they are classified as cell fragments actually they are cell fragments we can say they are the fragments of cytoplasm that's why they are not called as true cells okay and these platelets are produced by what we call as megakaryocytes these megakaryocytes are nothing but they are large bone marrow cells and these megakaryocytes are responsible for the production of platelets if somebody asks you uh, uh, which bone marrow cells are responsible for the production of platelets? The answer should be megakaryocytes. Megakaryocytes are large cells with a nucleus which are present in the bone marrow, and these cells are responsible for the production of platelets. Now, as far as the shape of platelets are concerned. Sorry, actually they have got irregular shape. I have shown it here and diameter wise they are 2 to 3 micrometers in diameter okay and there are certain important proteins which are present on the surface of these what we call as platelets and it is these proteins that help them to stick to the broken blood vessels because as far as the principal function of platelets is concerned they are mainly responsible for what we call as blood clots. I mean to say that they prevent they prevent bleeding, and to prevent bleeding, they have got some proteins on their surface. These proteins are say fibrinogen, factor 8, factor 4. We need not to get into the details. Just remember that these platelets contain proteins, and these proteins allow these platelets to stick to the broken blood vessels, where they help in blood clot or what we say they prevent bleeding. No, as far as the normal count of platelets concerned, in a normal human being, in an adult or human being, the normal platelet count it should be between 1,50,000 to 4,50,000. Okay, per micro liter of blood. The amount should be 1,50,000 to 4,50,000 normal platelet count. Agar em खुदा न खास platelet ज़्यादा गए that is called as thrombocytosis यानी कि अगर वही कम गए that is thrombocytopenia लेकिन कम गए ठीक तो युस ये थी कुछ जाए मतलब ब्लड वेसल कुछ जख्म लग आप खून ही तो एकदम से गथा ये ब्लड वेसल कि सोन पूरी निजाम कनेक्ट कर दिमाग से दिमाग गथा से मैसेज कुछ जैसे लोग ब्लड वेसल कुछ टीयर ब्लड वेसल इशू दिमाग से करा और वापस सिग्नल दिमाग कमन प्लेटलेटन प्लेटलेट एकदम यथ जाए मतलब ये जख्मी राग गम अत जाए एकदम गा अत जाए रिमेज कर फिक्स मगर यह फिक्स कर प्रोसेस यानी खून निकलान प्रोसेस यह गा it is not something that is achieved in just one step actually first of all injury happens then what happens because these platelets they secrete what we call as vasoconstrictor यानी blood vessels तमाम ठीक तो अम पे करान प्लेटलेट्स तम पे करान जख्म प्लग यानी प्लेटलेट मतलब स्टिक देन दे प्लग दैट टीयर या जख्म कर प्लग अम पे बना अत पे क्लॉट मगर यह ब्लड वेसल ठीक गा तम पे अम क्लॉट जरूरत यह क्लॉट ग पे पान डिजॉल्व डिजॉल्व ब्लड क्लॉट गा यह फंक्शन प्लेटलेटन वो क्लॉट बनावान वो क्लॉट जरूरत लगे पे क्लॉट दी मतलब यह clot spark dissolve the sinus function here. See? So we can say that platelets help in the blood clot. They also help in the dissolve. They also help to dissolve the blood clot when clot is not needed. When clot is not needed. So we can say this blood clotting is it is generally called as coagulation, and this coagulation is achieved in three core steps. First of all, injury, then vessel constriction. As I told you that these platelets are responsible for creating constrictors, which are responsible for constricting the blood vessels, right? Then platelets they stick together. Then they plug that particular, injury or tear. Then the clot is formed, which is prevent clot. When clot is not needed, then platelets also help to dissolve the same clot. In this way, we come to know that the main and the principal function of the platelet is that they prevent bleeding. Plus, I told you about the irregular shape of the platelets, and I told you I'm repeating. This is very important to remember. They are not true cells because they are classified as the cell fragments, and these platelets are produced by megakaryocytes, which are large cells in the bone marrow, and these large cells are responsible for producing platelets. The normal count of blood platelets is 1,50,000 to 4,50,000 per microliter of blood, and sometimes when this platelet count goes down below normal, it can have serious consequences. For example, it can cause extensive bleeding, and sometimes it is life-threatening. Even if the platelet count is above normal, that too is problematic. So it should be between 1,50,000 to 4,50,000. Okay. And I also told you that this whenever you have a sort of damaged blood vessel, or sometimes you get a tear on your blood vessel, what happens? The blood vessel it communicates the same to the brain. Brain signals to the signals platelets, and platelets rush to the site where they stick together and they form a plug. And this way they help this what we call as clot. They help in the formation of blood clot, and they eventually prevent bleeding. Okay, this is all about platelets.